Hey guys, this is Segef with FrontLineTactic, and I got into the Escape from Tarkov beta. Sign up is going on right now. I will put their webpage in the section below, but it's for a limited run. I think my beta access lasts till January 10th, so I get about 12 or so days. I know there's purchases that you can do. I think the lowest is about $40 that you can get into the beta. I've been playing this for a couple hours actually now, and I kind of want to go over some of my thoughts on this. And some of the tips that I've kind of learned so far is this game is brutal. It's actually really difficult if you don't have any body armor, and I don't have any body armor, so I get put down pretty fast. As you can see up here, this is the stat screen, your overall everything. So far, I've played a couple matches, but the timestamps don't seem to fully recognize, as well as the number of raids. I think I've done 4 raids. I've died like 3 of them, and was missing in action in one of them. I didn't find the extraction point, so I was left behind, so to speak, on the raid. None of the stats have been shown, but this could just be an issue with its beta. It's pretty early. I think it's patch 0.11 and some change. Inventory screen is pretty in-depth. You can have, let's see if I can throw this down for a second. So one of the neat things you can do with the different backpacks is you can set up different loadouts and things like that. One of the things I have is my tactical rig set up for 2 different weapon loadouts, and that's either for the AK-74U or for the PP-19. The neat things that I do like about this game is just the level of customization that you can do on your guns. Here, I'll show you. So you can go in and even change out what magazine you have. So you can actually, the magazines are a separate item themselves than the ammunition. So you can unload a magazine and then load it with whatever ammunition that you want. Full metal jacket, ball bearing, maybe high impact, things like that. So there's a lot of customization that you can go into. Some of these I have, actually, that's the stock pistol grip. Don't have extra iron sights. Uninstall that. That's one of the things I have here is the augmented barrel muzzle. This one I don't have as much of saved as my PP-19. I actually have quite a few augments on it. I got a different gas block. I've augmented the grip, so I have a better grip. I've augmented side rail. Oh, I can't move this. Sorry for the sniffle, I'm having a bit of a sinus infection. A little red dot. And then I've also augmented the muzzle. And then here you can have the stats of how you've augmented it. And then so you change your stats in real time. Here's your health, which comes in handy. There's different effects that happen. So you can find radiation toxicity, bleed effects, temperature. I guess there's going to be more and more weather effects that happen, so sometimes you don't want to be running around outside so much. Skills, I've managed to break level 2. I've leveled up some of these stats, but if you don't, from what I can understand, if you don't manage to level it up and survive everything goes back to 0. So you're constantly playing in hard mode all the time, and that's the brutalness of it. Is a few shots can put you down, and it's kind of discouraging in that regard. That it's difficult to find loot, and then when you do find loot, you're a few shots away in a firefight of just losing all that you just looted. Now, the nice things that I've noticed so far is that you get to keep everything that you've purchased, so to speak. And so I've not really lost a lot of items and gear and things like that. Oh, I need to put my backpack back on. My water, my food, and my map. I've been hitting customs, which is a specific map region, because I have this quest to kill scavs, which are local scavengers. So you can play 2 different ways. You can play as your main character, which you get to keep everything, your XP and all sorts of things if you manage to survive. But if you play as a scav, your loadout is randomized. You don't lose XP. Well, you don't gain XP, but it's like the safer way to play. But the bad part is anything that you loot, or sorry, got mixed up there. Anything you loot, you get to keep, but there's no risk of losing any XP and things like that. You don't gain any XP, so you don't start from scratch. So that's kind of the trade-off. Nice thing though, if you do play with your own character, is here's the different timestamps, so you can pick different times. Here's the map. Here's the map that you get to look at now before you load. Otherwise, you just get a blank map with no icons, which is very hard to navigate. But if you're playing with your own character, you can enable offline mode for testing while the beta is going on. And you can enable PvE mode so that you can have NPCs, the amount of NPCs. You can enable bosses. And you can scav war, so I think the scavs will actually fight each other. But yeah, the game's really difficult. And so far from what I've played, it's a little discouraging if you don't know where the extraction points are, so that you can get your loot, or your money, or finish your quests. Because the tasks that I have, I've gotten, I think, 2 of those shotguns, but then I died, and then you lost all of your progress. So you have to, yeah. So far, it is pretty fun, but it's beta, so they're still fine-tuning it a lot. I'm going to play it a lot more, I think, as I have a limited window to do it. I just wanted to kind of put in my initial impressions of it, because I've been watching this game for a long time. It's kind of a Stalker spiritual successor. Even if you read their FAQ, there's only one person that was working on the Stalker projects prior to joining them at Battlestar Games. So there's a lot of rumors online going around that this is made by the same Stalker team. It's made by one dude on the team is from the Stalker team. So it's kind of a stretch to say that it's made by the same folks. But yeah, I might do some gameplay footage or some loot footage. I'm still playing around with some of the graphics settings. The game is very graphic heavy, but I'm having fun with it, even though it's pretty punishing. And there is some customization. You can't customize your avatar so much, but the level of customization that you have with your items and everything is fun. And I like the fact that you also have to maintain your thirst and your food and your energy rating. So if you're running around too much, then it drains you. Well, guys, thanks for listening to my initial rant. I'm hoping to throw up some more stuff in the next coming days. Holidays were kind of hectic. But there you go. That's my first impressions of Escape from Tarkov. Stay safe on the front line.